Hi, everyone. I just want to remind you that this week you're going to continue working on Module 7. It's an important module because it's all about service breakdowns and recovery. Service breakdowns are those occasions when customer service breaks down or when something goes wrong and customers are unhappy. And in this module, there is an assignment. It's one of the major assignments, and it's a customer service case. And this is a case study. And what that means is that you're going to be reviewing an article that contains the information about an actual occurrence where the customer service was extraordinarily disappointing. In this case, disappointing for a man who was looking to get a refund. He had returned a Dell computers, and because of an issue with them, and he was looking for the refund and had not received the refund. The main issue that was causing the delay or the problem is that he bought the computers with one credit card, but since then that credit card expired or was no longer in use, and he had a new credit card. I want you to read through it. Apparently, he was so angry and so frustrated that he reached out to a columnist, a newspaper columnist, who does this kind of troubleshooting of trying to help people who are dealing with these serious customer service breakdowns. And so that person goes by the name the haggler, right? And so the haggler works to try to resolve the issue. They take the information from the person who writes to them and says, hey, this is the problem I'm having, and here's what I've experienced. This is what I've done to try to resolve it. And here's the results that I've gotten, which are not good. And then the haggler looks into it. So this involves Dell Computer, which, by the way, was known for a long time for their terrible customer service, which really almost put the company out of business a number of years ago, was the widespread acknowledgement that Dell customer service was inferior to other computer manufacturers. So listen to, or I should say, read what this person experienced and how Dell responded to it. And I want you to do an analysis. That's what the case study is. So you're going to be thinking about what's happening, what is the real issue, who are the stakeholders. And when we talk about stakeholders in a case study, we're talking about people who have different points of view, different interests in this matter. So on one hand, we know that the person who returned the computers wants a refund and doesn't want to have to deal with making multiple calls and speaking to multiple people and trying over and over again to get a refund that they're deserved. But there are other stakeholders in this case. So think about those. Who are other people who were involved and what's their perspective? Don't include the haggler. The haggler is just trying to help to resolve the issue. The haggler is not really part of what is going on here. The haggler is just trying to work between the customer and Dell. So follow through and answer the questions involved in the case study. There's also, of course, an application-based activity, and maybe you've already completed that, and hopefully you've already taken a look at the homework and at the smart book for this chapter. But don't forget to pay close attention to the customer service case, a customer service fiasco at Dell. I'm sure that for many of you, you'll have memories of instances that you've experienced where customer service was equally as frustrating. I know that I just recently had a very bad experience just trying to get a live person on the phone when I was reaching out to UPS because I had a question about a package that I needed to mail, or I shouldn't say mail, ship. And I could not find the answer to my question online. It was a high value package, and I wasn't sure how I could make sure that it was going to be insured for the right level of insurance and where I needed to ship it from, because there was a warning that I should not ship it from a UPS store, but not a lot of information about where I could ship it to. So I had some questions, and I tried pushing every button imaginable to try to reach a live person. And no matter what I did, it kept asking me for a tracking number. But of course, I didn't have a tracking number because I had not yet purchased the shipping label. So when you ship something through UPS or you ship something through most any carrier, including the post office, if you're sending a package, you'll have a tracking number so that you can make sure that the item is delivered. In this case, I couldn't possibly have the tracking number because I had a question about purchasing the label and purchasing the shipping. I wanted to make sure that I was buying the kind of shipping, the level of shipping that I needed, and that I would have the right amount of insurance. So in some cases, companies don't have good contingencies for these sorts of issues that arise. Remember how in the customer service model assignment that I gave to you, you were supposed to come up with common scenarios? Well, many companies do know how to handle the common scenarios, but what they don't know how to do is handle scenarios that are not common. They don't know how to handle people who are asking questions that are not typical. And nowadays, with so many automated systems for answering questions, if your question doesn't fit into a neat category when you're on the phone, or even if you're online and you're trying to get a solution to your issue, it can be really tough if your issue is not one of the common ones that they already have an answer for. And so you need to reach a live person, and in some cases, even the live person doesn't know how to handle it. In my case, I couldn't reach a live person. In the Dell case, the customer was able to reach a live person, but those people weren't really able to help him until he reached out to the haggler. All right, I hope that you enjoy reading about this case, and I hope that you learn a good deal from doing some analysis about the case, because this is really what Dell should be doing. They should be picking apart instances like this and saying, okay, what's going on here? What happened? Where did the service breakdown occur? What do we need to put in place to make sure that this kind of a service breakdown never happens again? You take care now, and I will see you in the next module. Take care.